ready for a big day of track and field. It's the NCS Redwood Empire Finals as schools everywhere north of the Golden Gate Bridge do battle as they make their quest to make it to the state meet. A full day of track and field next.
Another wonder goal! Oh my goodness!
And good morning, everyone. I'm Griffin Epstein, joining you here from Santa Rosa. It should be a very exciting day of track and field events, and we are going to have wall-to-wall coverage from the triple jump to the hurdles to the sprints to the distance. So many good races. A couple stand out that we'll talk about and make sure to highlight. We will be focusing on Petaluma athletes, but we're also going to try to get some of the top races across the day. So whatever school you're following, we will have you covered today. It is going to be a full day of racing as athletes, the top 7 in each race, will move on to the NCS Meet of Champions, and many of those will be competitive as they try to make it to a state meet. A lot of good races, the best of the North Bay and all the way to the Oregon border competing today here in Santa Rosa, and we've got it covered right here on Trojan Live. And we welcome you to the pits, the triple jump in the girls, and we are almost ready to start the final flight of these jumpers as Sydney Dennis for Petaluma leads the girls triple jump in what should be a fantastic battle with her longtime rival, fellow senior from Fortuna, Katie Hurst. Jumpers are warming up, and almost all these jumpers will likely qualify for next week, but big marks right now as a lot of them competing and trying to make it to state next week. Need to make a statement today, and Dennis would love to win this. She comes in as the #1 seed for Petaluma at 36 feet and 10 inches in this unique triple jump. Just moments away from the start of the girls' triple jump final flight. So we are ready to go here. And the first jumper in this third and final flight, the best of the best in triple jump, north of the Golden Gate Bridge. Sienna Blair, the first jumper for Tamalpais. It's a hop, a skip, and a leap in the triple jump. And we'll get the mark. "32 feet and 10 inches for Blair to start things off. She gets 3 jumps. They can also scratch. The top mark from the first 2 legs by probably the best name of any jumper in this event, Lake Moon, a freshman from Santa Rosa, 33 feet 8 inches. As that was Lauren Gregorio of Piner. We'll await the mark on her. Dennis at 36 feet and 10 inches currently. That's going to be a scratch, actually. Dennis, you'll see her in a couple jumpers. Currently, her 36 feet 10 inches, tied for the 5th best jump in Empire history. That's Sophia Mincy of Redwood. "31.11. This back tier not at the same level of the top half with Dennis and Katie Hurst. Dennis, her 36 feet 10 inches, currently the 5th best in NCS. She needs 37 feet 2 inches, so just 4 more inches to reach the top 3 spot, which would be a spot in state. Of course, these jumps are only to qualify for state for all these jumpers. It's a scratch by Maria Jones. You have to be so careful with the hop, the skip, and the leap. Have to be in behind the right line on each spot. And you really have to perfect your footwork in this one, unlike the long jump, which is really just pure strength. leg power. Makes the triple jump so challenging, but I think that's why Dennis has had so much success in it. A nice looking jump by Kaylee Barea, but she scratched. So here's Dennis, her first jump. She is not far from Maggie Farrar's both meet record and school record set in 2002, 37 feet 3 inches, 0.75. "35 feet for Dennis, plus a quarter of an inch, which is already better than, almost as good as Katie Hurst's top mark. We haven't seen Hurst go just yet. But Dennis can do better than that, and she knows that. But just the first, you learn from each one, your body in a little different place every day. Often that makes that third jump the best. That was a nice looking jump from Sienna Blair in her second jump. "31 6 inches. Dennis has already qualified for NCS next week just based on her mark, and obviously with that last jump she will finish in this top 7. But you want to gain some confidence going into next week. She's so close to making state meet. She's never been there before. It's been a long time since a Petaluma athlete's been there. That would be really big. A smooth one from Pioneer's Lauren Gregario to her scratch. "33 and 2 1/4 for the Prospector. And while this is going on, girls 4x1 underway, followed by the boys 4x1. We will be making it back up for the track for the girls 1600 meters, one of the most anticipated races of the day, for reasons we will go into. Nice jump by Mincy of Redwood. Santa Rosa is just well in the girls 4x1. "31.5 for Mincy, which is a drop actually for her. That's not a good sign when your marks are getting worse. You get into a rhythm after each jump. Here's Marie Jones, the only freshman, one of 3 underclassmen in this final flight. And she scratches. 2 scratches for Jones, hasn't been able to get into the rhythm. This event might take more practice than any other one in track and field. The technique, the hop first, followed by the skip, and then the leap. You have to perfect it. Kaylee Barea finished second in the VBL championships last week, only to Dennis. One of Sonoma Valley's best athletes. That one looked like a good one, gets an applause from this crowd watching. "34 7.5 inches for Barea, just short of her best mark last week. But it's Dennis still comfortably in first. So here goes Dennis, her second jump. She falls sideways after each one, a unique form, but avoids falling backwards to get the negative mark. 36 feet 1 inch. And Dennis betters her mark by a foot. That's impressive. Or an inch, I should say. Not a foot, but a better inch for Dennis. So she has one more jump to go here, and not at her best mark from last week, but she's easily topped Katie Hurst's mark. Hurst has not jumped yet, so it'll be interesting to see if Dennis can one more jump and close it out and become a champion of the NCS Redwood Empire in the triple jump. She certainly set herself in a good position. Hurst beat her in this last year, but Dennis has improved so much. She worked so hard, the senior. Third and final jump for Sienna Blair. "32 feet even for Blair, who not going to qualify, it appears, for next weekend. It will be the NCS Meet of Champions next Friday and Saturday at Diablo Valley College in Pleasant Valley. The Meet of Champions, so hard to qualify for. You got to go through 3 meets to get there, and then top 3 there, you go to state. It's a scratch for Gregorio to finish her afternoon. One final jump for Redwood Sophia Mincy, a sophomore. Champion of the Marin County Athletic League. We'll check her mark. Mincy, 32 feet, 1/2 inch. Her top mark's going to be 33 feet, which is a nice mark. Here's Windsor's Emily Johnson, her first jump of the afternoon. Baria and then Dennis. One final time. Can she set a meet record? Break Maggie Farrar's school record from 2002. Johnson not happy with that one. That's only her first, as they've gone a little out of order with some other competitions going on. They're 32 feet, 11 inches. Coach Johnson came over to Coach Doug Johnson, head coach of Petaluma track and field team, for basically the time the sun first rose over the earth. Or actually, I think about 40 years, but seemingly forever. Heart and soul of the Petaluma track program, and he's said that comes around about every 20 years. Athletes as special as Dennis, Maggie Farrar back in 2002, setting this meet record and setting the school record, the 3rd best all-time jump in Redwood Empire history with her 37 feet, 2 inches, 3 inches, 0.75. Here's Baria on her 3rd and final jump. And she scratched. A frustrated smile from Baria. She'll be moving on to the Meet of Champions next week, but not enough to challenge Dennis. We waited for Hurst. Here she goes. Swagger out onto the track. She's been to the state meet a couple times in a couple events. She can run the hurdles. She can do the high jump. She was the champion back-to-back years in the girls' high jump. That is her specialty, but she's pretty good in the triple. Won this event last year. Can she surpass Dennis, these two rivals? Long legs of Hurst, propelling her to a nice first jump. Didn't hear that one. Dennis coming up next. She heard it, though. She knows what hers got, and she's going to try to make sure she chops that. Third and final jump for the Trojan senior. Her final jump in Sonoma County. She heads to NCS Meet of Champions next week. Her father looking on. A lot of her family here today. Another nice jump by Dennis. "36 feet 1 inch for Dennis," which is the exact same thing she got on her last jump. So Dennis's day is done. She's comfortably in front of Hurst at the moment, and a full foot ahead of Hurst as of her last jump. Dennis looks like she is going to win the girls' triple jump. We're going to head to the track coming up next. And we welcome you now up top. It's beautiful Maria Carrillo High School Stadium for one of the most anticipated races of the entire day, as I am the announcer speaking over me. The girls' 1,600 meter final here, and it's headlined by two of the best runners in the whole state, Gabrielle Peterson of Healdsburg, and Sierra Atkins of Annalee. Two seniors, they've been going at it all 4 years of high school, and they're now two of the best runners in not just all of NCS, but the whole state. Peterson's time is the best in all the North Coast section. Atkins, third best in NCS. Peterson, third in the state, and Atkins is eighth. Two world-class talented runners will be running at the next level next year, but you got to see them go head-to-head. Behind them, there are some good runners as well, but not at the elite level of Peterson and Atkins. Samantha Wallstrom of Marin Catholic has ran a 4-minute 57 seconds. She's 6 seconds behind Atkins. And then a trio of Maria Carrillo girls led by Amy Armstrong, the talented Puma seniors. 4 laps around the track, 1 mile for glory in the NCS Redwood Empire. Girls 1,600 meter final. And this is what we expected. Sierra Atkins running ahead of the pack here early, and Gabrielle Patterson right behind her. We're gonna have to fix our camera angle. They're running right through your fence. So Atkins, though, did take the lead just like this last weekend at the MBL Championships, and Peterson right behind her. She's going to stay on her tail, and then she's going to try to pass her. None of the other runners can compete with these two. These are high-level, elite runners, and you can just see it's a blistering pace. It's really a sprint for 4 laps. The endurance of them is incredible. Peterson's fastest time of 4:49, just 5 seconds behind first place in the nation. She's the 13th fastest in the nation. She's 1 second behind first place in all of California. The PA announcer's been very vocal today, so pardon me. She's trying to speak over me, but she might have the right to do so. See, stride for stride, they're a lap through.
It's Samantha Wallenstrom.
Wallenstrom's in third with a trio of Marin Catholic girls. And Atkins and Peterson
Shoulders going into the turn in the second lap.
as they turn for home. 1 lap through. This has been all we expected so far. So close. 68 seconds that first lap. That is a 4:32 pace. If they did that, they would both run the fastest times in the nation. I'm not sure about that. Patterson's time last weekend was the 4th fastest. It was her personal record, and it was the 4th fastest in Redwood Empire history out of all individual runners. She was only behind 3 legends: Julia Stamps, Riley Bowen, and Sarah Bai. Maybe the 3 best distance runners ever to come through Sonoma County. Well, the Healdsburg Peterson has announced that She is just right up there. 2:24 at the halfway point as Peterson has opened up a little bit of a lead over Atkins. And Atkins trying desperately to catch up, but she came out so hot, maybe hoping that Peterson would struggle. But Atkins is looking, struggling, and a 10-yard distance for Peterson over the Annalee Tiger. These two rivals going at it. Peterson in front as she gets towards one final lap to go here in the girls' 1600-meter final on this beautiful day for Maria Carrillo High School. It's about 70 degrees now and sunny in this gorgeous scene. The stands are packed and they've been locked into this race, but boy, Gabriella Peterson has opened up a massive gap over Atkinson. She's going to do this in the 3200, but we didn't expect it in this one. Atkins cost herself going out too fast, and Peterson and her final lap comfortably in front. The 13th fastest runner in the nation. She looks like she's going to win this solidly. She was the athlete, Redwood Empire Girls Athlete of the Year. The announcer calling history in the making. Peterson is run away from Atkinson. Atkins, it's probably about 10 seconds behind her. Amy Armstrong in fourth, Wallenstrom in third for Marin Catholic. But Peterson has not looked tired. This could break her personal record. Her personal record set at the CAF State Finals when she finished third in state. Trying to win it this year as a senior. Way out in front as Gabby Peterson of Healdsburg makes her final 50 seconds sprinting down the finish here. What a time this is going to be by Peterson. We'll get it in a minute. Atkins coming around. You can see how tired she's got. Wallenstrom not far behind her. Atkins is going to hold on for second, but she went out too fast and it cost her. Trying different strategies to beat Gabriella Peterson, and it just hasn't worked for the talented Tigers. The final runners come in. Top 7 move on, so these finals are important. And we'll wait just a moment and we will hear who wins. My goodness. 4:47.9.
4:59.81.
My goodness, Gabby Peterson beat her fastest time from this year, and she is now run the fastest time in all of California in the 1600 meters. Unbelievable from Gabby Peterson. She's just now 3 seconds behind the fastest time in the whole country. She's one of the best runners in the nation, and you just saw why. Gabby Peterson, the elite of the elite, as she defeats Sierra Atkins. Boys, 1600 meters, and we've got another top athlete in the nation coming up in just a few moments. It's the boys 1600 meters, and saw Gabby Peterson just do something special. You might see it again with someone debatably even more talented in Liam Anderson. The Redwood senior, we saw him last year outdeal Jack Dunbar in a most thrilling race of the day right here at the NCS Redwood Empire Finals. Anderson even better this year. He went on to win state in this event last year, but he had a spectacular cross-country season. In fact, he was the best cross-country runner in the nation, winning the national meet after winning the state meet, and was named the Gatorade National Boys Cross Country Runner of the Year after being the California Runner of the Year last year. Headed to Stanford to run last year, and his top time of 4:08 is faster than the mean record of 4:12. We'll see if Liam Anderson decides to go for it. No one else is near him, but there are some other good runners. Anderson's going to be the star. He takes it out pretty slow, and it's a case of how fast does he want to run in this one, because he's got to be able to win it. A tight fast back to start, all clumped together, and sometimes that's a good strategy It's helping everyone run faster, keep everyone close, keep the back running fast, exhaust them, and you got your spot at Diablo Valley College next week at MOC. Anderson in front, but currently being challenged by Amir Bakan of Sylvester Drake and Luo Ramon of Marin Catholic. Also see Maria Carrillo's top runner and Colton Swift up there. Owen Height of Casa Grande, part of the Height twins that are now sophomores. Two very talented runners. In a tight clump, but Anderson in a slight lead, 62 seconds. That is blazing. Anderson on pace to set the meet record, and that's right about at Anderson's pace to his 4:08 that he ran just last weekend at the Marin County Athletic League Championships. He's got a lot of his friends hanging right with him. Lucas Chung of Windsor, the Division III champion in cross country, hanging on. He's in fourth. What a pack. This is early in the boys' 1,600 meters.
Could that be Cooper McCarthy?
Amir Bakad right behind Liam Anderson. Anderson, the top runner in the nation, and Stanford, one of the top programs. He will be a star there. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him running in the Olympics one day. He's just that talented, and he's improved a lot this year. This is an exceptional job by Amir Bakan of Drake, who lost to him pretty badly last week by 9 seconds. He's still right on his tail. 2:09. Anderson has definitely slowed it down a lot. That is about 5 seconds behind his pace that he ran last weekend, but he doesn't necessarily need to go out fast, tired himself out, because he's first in state right now and wants to keep it that way and win the state meet once again. That will be in Clovis at Veterans Memorial Stadium at Buchanan High School in 2 weekends, on Memorial weekends.
The rest of the pack right on his heels.
Everyone's still clumped together. It's going to be a tight race for those last couple spots for the Meet of Champions. This long distance always one of the top for the Redwood Empire. They have some of the most talented runners. This year the Marin County Athletic League headlining that. Anderson just pushing along. Will he have something in this final pace? The two Drake runners trying to attack him and go after him. Barcon and Cooper McCarthy are both right there, but Lucas Chung is racing out of his mind right now. His best time 4:23. He's way ahead of that. He shattered his pace earlier. And Anderson trying to push. There goes Cooper McCarthy on the wing. He's trying to push him. Healdsburg's Dante Godinez is right there as the pack starting to finally separate out. Anderson 200 meters as he turns it on. He's got a special kick. That's his best attribute. McCarthy staying right on his tail. Anderson being challenged. Here comes McCarthy. What does Anderson have in the last 100 meters? McCarthy trying to push. Anderson of Redwood, arms pumping, biceps bulging. He's gonna pull away. Liam Anderson gonna hold on. What an effort by Cooper McCarthy. Dante Godinez of Healdsburg finished third. Height is not gonna get a state meet. He's gonna finish last for Casa Grande. And the final spot goes to Santa Rosa's Andrew Engel. What a race that went out. 4:15 Anderson, and he did not run as fast as he could have, but McCarthy pushed him. And don't know if that's a bad omen for Anderson or he just decided to take it easy. But boy, Cooper McCarthy with his teammate Amara Barkon almost knocked him off. Two thrilling 1,600 races. We're going to go back to the Petaluma Focus coming up next. Sydney Dennis in the 300-meter hurdles coming up next. She's already won the triple jump. Can she do it again in the 300 hurdles? Coming up next. On this sunny day here at Maria Carrillo, on to another exciting event. It's the girls' 100-meter hurdles. And Sydney Dennis headlines this for the Redwood Empire. She has the best time in the Redwood Empire. That doesn't not count Humboldt County or Marin County. Our two runners in front of her. It's Cameron Dolcini of Fortuna, up way north in the Humboldt Del Norte League, who has the top time of 15.56. The second fastest time, Lauren Ross of Tamalpais, another senior, at 16:06. And Dennis currently in third, 16:32. She's the VVAL champion in this event. And currently ninth in NCS, Dolcini, the third best time in NCS. She's on pace to go to state. Dennis's time earlier this season at the Castleberry Invite was the 40th fastest time in Redwood Empire history. And she set the school record last Friday at the VVAL Championships, if you factor in the wind, breaking Emily Hunt's 2009 record. However, if you look overall and don't factor wind in, which is a big factor in these short races, she's fourth overall. Here we go. Dolcini in the middle lane. Flanked to her right is Ross. To her left, it's Dennis in the purple. 100 meters, the start's so important, but you have to be so athletic. These rapid, quick jumps over these hurdles. And looked to be an issue with Ross in the middle, who was standing up, and they're going to reset. You can see Dennis already has the triple jump in the bag. Could she make it 2 for 2 so far today? She's still got the long jump and the 300-meter hurdles.
Give us a sec.
And they're off. And it's a good stop for Dolcini and Ross up the middle. Dennis right in the middle of the pack if she can pick up some speed. Ross way out in front. She's going to win it. Dolcini in second. Dennis is going to finish 4th. A good run there, but an exceptional start by Cameron Dolcini. She burst down in front. Lauren Ross was second, 15.49 of Dolcini. That breaks her personal best.
16.2.
Brutus of Casa, 16.2.
Dennis, 16.37.
16.37, a little behind Dennis's best time, and she's actually beat by the Casa Grande girl Doris Brutus, who she beat last week, so she finishes in 4th. A good run. She'll be moving on to the Meet of Champions next week in that event. And Cameron Dolcini takes the victory. Dennis is going to have to get a little bit of a faster start next time. That did her in if she wants to win that.
This time, meters.
We have some official results from you here from the NCS Redwood Empire NCS Finals, with the top 7 advancing to Diablo Community College next week in Pleasant Valley, where the top 3 there move on to the state meet. We did not catch the 4x100 relays, but good performances by Petaluma in both. The Trojans finished 12th for the boys, not too far out of qualifying. They're not going to move on, but a good performance by them. And the girls even better. Weren't expected to qualify. They nearly did. They finished 9th, and they were just a quarter of a second from moving on. And they both of those running in the second heat both put up really good showings in the second heat. Not moving on to MOC next week, but nice results there. We have the boys 110 meters about to come up. We have final results though in the boys. 1600 Liam Anderson, 4:15.31. Pretty slow time for him. He knocked off Cooper McCarthy of Sir Francis Drake. Dante Godinez of Healdsburg was 7th. Owen Height did not make it. He finished 9th. Colin Swift was 3rd, and Lucan Chung was 4th. On the girls' 1600 side, Gabrielle Patterson, 4:47. She beat Sierra Atkins by 10 seconds. That was just absurd. What a performance by her. And she currently has the fastest time in all of California. The Greyhound, of course. Still meets coming on across California, and someone might top her today, but she just ran an exceptional race. We'll get you some more results in just a minute, but before that, the boys' 110-meter hurdle finals. Kyle Jezecki of Napa and Landon Misbuckle of Maria Correa, or of Justin Siena, along with Xavier Rodriguez, the favorites in this one, a bunch of VVAL runners. These races so tight, the difference often clipping a hurdle or not. The earlier heats, there were a lot of hurdles falling, but not in this. These are clean runners. It's a tight start. Landon Misbuggle at the front. He's got an El Molino runner on his right who might have upset him, though. That is going to be close.
Official results on the line. Check out live.athletic.
And it was Eureka actually on the outside. Nathaniel Spears might have upset Landon Misbagel. The top time, Xavier Rodriguez, nowhere to be found. He was way behind.
14.87 Spears.
14.87 from Nathaniel Spears. Unofficial results, he might have just pulled a massive upset for the Eureka Logger, who do not have a lot of success typically at this meets. A big performance for him. That concludes the hurdles. We have the 400 meters coming up, including Nathaniel Hale for Petaluma in the 400-meter finals coming up. He has never qualified for the Meet of Champions. He will try to do that this morning. Girls 400-meter finals about to get underway. One lap around the track. After this, we're going to have the boys 400 meters, and then we'll show you the girls 100, where Callie Sullivan, VDL champion for Petaluma, will be competing and looking to head to the Meet of Champions for the first time in her young, but so far very accomplished career. And then we're going to head back down onto the field for some pole vault. Have the long jump in the triple in the boys' side. Plenty more events to go. Not even halfway through the day as we are at late morning. This beautiful scene at Maria Correa High School. Schools from Humboldt Del Norte League all the way the northernmost part of the state. Far as Del Norte, which is a 5-hour drive here. And VVAL, all 7 schools west is Napa. As the top 4 from the VVAL, the Humboldt Del Norte League and the Marin County Athletic League advanced, along with the top 6 from the North Bay League. It's a staggered start here for the girls 400 meters around this track, and it's going to be hard to say who is out in front first, just because it's staggered. It doesn't become into full effect until early. The difference is someone under 1. Sydney Thwett of Justin Siena, the top time, but she's behind early. It's Santa Rosa in front currently. Isel Zamora, the senior from the Santa Rosa Panthers, with an early lead as the Santa Rosa girls team, the MBL champions this year, breaking Maria Carrillo's 5-year run on that. Holden Zamora running away from things early here in the girls 400 meters as they head on into the stretch. Zamora ahead. A late comeback by Sydney Thwett, the talented freshman from Justin Siena. She might come all the way back. Here's Thwett. Does Zamora have enough? They're stride for stride. Oh, that's a photo finish. Very close there at the end. And we'll see what they say with the results. A close girls 400-meter final with Thwett and Zamora. Zamora went out fast, but after a slow start by Thwett, whose fastest time under a minute, 59 seconds, came back.
Zamora, 58.49. Thwett,
Zamora will get the victory, 58.4, just over Sydney Thwett. Nice job by Anna Gulami. She was third. Boys 400 meters coming up next. Nathan Hale headlines it for Petaluma. A beautiful scene here at the trees forests that were luckily spared by the North Bay wildfires. Vineyards surround Maria Correa High School. It's been the host for this event. It was at Santa Rosa High last year and at Maria Correa this year. One of 4 of these finals going around the North Coast section. Just a little over in town in central Santa Rosa at Montgomery High, the Class A finals, where the top 3 in each event arrive there. Those are the small schools. Top 3 move on to MOC from the Class A NCS finals. And then farther south in the Bay Area, It is the NCS Tri-Valley Finals, which is the farther eastern areas of the Bay Area, and the NCS Bayshore Finals, top 7 advance from those. And from that makes up the NCS Meet of Champions next week. Friday will be the trials for MOC, and then Saturday the finals, where the top 3, only the top 3, move on to state. It's not easy. Out of the 7 sections in California, just top 3 from every single section. Moving on. Getting ready for the second leg of the boys' 400 meters. And we haven't shown you a lot of the first or second leg, but the Trojans, which don't have as much depth as past years in their lineup, that's made it here to the NCS finals. Jaden Gabriel, the senior, who's his first year on the track team, really had a storybook season, ran really well. Been pushed by Nathan Hale, who's we'll see in the next leg, in the final leg, and second in VVAL this year was Hale. He was second in SCL last year. Gabriel's really done a nice job hanging on with him. 52.58 his best time, which is less than a second behind Hale, and he finds himself here in the second league with a outside chance of moving on to MOC next weekend. He'd need to get a fast time and hope someone slips up in this top leg, but anything is possible. The top time in this one is William Watkins, the junior of Marin Catholic, at 51.81. Gabriel is in the first lane, which makes it challenging. It creates the optical illusion that you're behind everyone early. Have to stay mentally strong. The athletes ready for the gun to start, so important, but milliseconds come down to the winners in each of these events. Gun is raised and they're off.
And they're off. This is your second of 3 heats for the boys.
One lap around this track. It's a full sprint, but it's so hard. You really have to keep your endurance because of the speed. You can see Gabriel with a nice start. He's going to get to have one more curve where he can really make up some serious ground, the senior. Just probably wish he'd started earlier. He's so talented. Lots of speed as they come around the turn on the outside in the lead, but Gabriel, a nice race. He's going to move into 4th and a chance to make up ground on this final turn. The senior, Jaden Gabriel, head for head at the top. A tight race at the finish. A 3-way finish. Gabriel will increase here. Head for head with the Marin Catholic runner. Stumbling down the line. He's going to finish second. And falls too. Oh, you hope he's okay. Gabriel, exhausted, takes a spill at the end. What a race he had. Only behind William Watkins, the top runner from Marin Catholic.
Watkins, 51.31. Gabriel, 51.45.
51.45. That could be enough to put Gabriel into MOC next week. We'll have to see, but he just ran the best race of his life. Personal record for Jaden Gabriel. Now the finals coming up. We'll see Nathan Hale. Getting ready to go here in the finals now. You can see Nathan Hale, second in SCL last year, second in VVAL this year. The middle distance runner also does cross country, but this is the specialty in the 400 meters at this middle distance, 51.78. His top time this year, he finished second in VVAL. Actually third, I should say, behind Jadon Love of Casa Grande and Andres Soloro of Vintage. And the top time in this event, the very talented Severin Ramirez of Maria Carrillo. He is third in all of NCS currently with that time. Heavy favorite to win this event for the Pumas, who were just announced as they are leading in the overall standings on the boys' side. Hale in that outside lane, which means he needs a quick start because he has the disadvantage of being on that far curve.
Third and final heats for the boys.
A fast start up the middle by Cardinal Newman. It's Justin Patterson out in front. Ramirez trailing right now. Patterson of Newman way out in front. Hale currently in 5th, but this is going to be a tough turn for him. He's got to increase his speed or he's going to lose a lot of ground. Patterson in front, but Ramirez has overtaken him now. Severin Ramirez in front. Hale at the back end. He's not going to qualify. It looks like Severin Ramirez way ahead now as the quick start by Cardinal Newman appearing to cost them. Dale didn't love a late turn as you see Hale coming in at the end, but it does not look like it'll be enough for him to qualify for MOC. We'll get those final results for you coming up as Kelly Sullivan in the girls 100 meters next up here from Maria Carrillo High School. And we have some exciting breaking news for Petaluma fans. Final results for the triple jump were in. We were there to see it, but my hearing wasn't very good, and they reviewed final marks. Sydney Dennis has set a school record in the triple jump and bested her personal best. She goes for 37 feet 5¼ inches. Dennis, what an effort to break her record of 36 feet 10 inches and break Maggie Farrar's school record of 37 feet and 3 inches that it held since 2002, and she now has the second best jump in Redwood Empire history in the triple jump. And along with her 37 5 inches, she's also now in the top 3 of all of NCS. If she can jump 37 feet 5 inches again next week, she would go to the state meet. What an effort by Sydney Dennis. She still has 2 more events. We'll be bringing those to you shortly as we're halfway through the afternoon here from Maria Carrillo High School at the NCS Redwood Empire Track and Field Championships. You can see Callie Sullivan for Petaluma getting warmed up and ready for the girls 100 meter dash final. This should be a good one, and Sullivan stunned the world, winning VVAL last Friday at American Canyon at the VVAL Track and Field Championships. Remarkable accomplishment for her. She had the top 10 coming in, but the sophomore, so speedy, also on the girls' soccer team, ran away with things and into this top heat. Now trying to make it to MOC for the first time. She has a top 7 time coming in, but Lauren Doran of CASA just went sub 13, below Sullivan's top time of 12.99. So Sullivan might have to have another personal record if she wants to head to MOC once again. Top time in this one, it's Cassidy Schroff, the freshman of Santa Rosa. Second, Windsor's Isabella Chavez. The only VVAL runner in this final heat in Callie Sullivan, her older brother Jack Sullivan, raced earlier in the boys 4x100. It's an athletic family. Sullivan, can she create some mystery? Dennis has already done so. She's on to 2 MOC events. Sullivan trying to follow in her footsteps in this lightning quick race. It is all about the start. You have a bad start, you've got no shot. And we'll talk in a moment on the boys' side why that could make a big difference. They're off in this final one. Okay start for Sullivan. She's chugging ahead. This is going to be tight to the end. Sullivan pushing ahead down the outside. Sullivan looked like she finished second. My goodness. Kelly Sullivan cruised through that. A solid start, but man, did she pick it up.
1268. Chavez 1274, Sullivan 1278.
1278, a personal record. Callie Sullivan finishes third. What a performance by her. Only behind the talented freshman Schruff from Santa Rosa and Chavez of Windsor. All smiles for Callie Sullivan, a personal record. Marina Limburg, her teammate, meeting her. What a performance by Callie Sullivan. She could be a champion in the future, and she is headed for the first time in her career to the Meet of Champions. Brilliant performance by Callie Sullivan as she places third in the girls 100 meters. Hugs from her teammates. We're going to see the boys 100 meters coming up next. Ready to start this first leg of the boys 100 meter dash, and we're showing to you this because of kind of a weird scenario happened last week at the VVL Championships. Croc Stewart, who's run the 10th fastest time ever in the Redwood Empire. He's 4th at NCS, and he's has the fastest ever time in Redwood Empire history by a freshman out of American Canyon. Ran a 10.92 on March 4th, and yet he is in this first leg because he just had a horrible start last week at the VVAL Championships. Barely qualified. He's one of the slowest times coming in. It was just a disaster for him last Friday. Lucky to move on, yet he's so talented, but he just did not have a good start. But he's so talented, and he could easily return here, and he could best everyone, even in that top heat. After this, we're going to be headed back down onto the field for some long jump, triple jump, and pole vault.
Qualify on from any heat.
That is the PA announcer reminding you can qualify for any heat. Croc Stewart, expect him to qualify from this one. He is a superstar. You've seen Anderson, you've seen Peterson. Stewart is right up there with him. A breakout star. The big caddy won the 100, 200 out of nowhere. And it got everyone's attention. The VBL champion in the 200 and the fastest time coming in the 200, which he'll race later today. But he is fresh so far today. He has not run yet. He did not race in the American Canyons 4x1. And likely to dominate this league for a long time and this region for a long time. We'll see what he can do. He can potentially make it to state as a freshman. What accomplished that would be, but it's certainly a possibility for Croc Stewart. Final warm-ups. Fastest time in this heat coming in, Marin Catholic's Ryan Dolan, but the fastest time overall, Eden Nicholas of Tam, and the VVAL champion, Matthew Mason of Casa Grande, the talented gaucho sprinters Trojans have watched a lot of the last couple years. They stride to the line here. Croc Stewart on that 7th lane on the outside. Fastest runners are on the inside based on their qualifying times, but the times are purely based on the qualifying times last week.
And there's the goal.
There, off, quick start by Stewart. He's not going to have to worry about this time. Oh my goodness. Woo! Croc Stewart looked like Bolt out there. He flew out of the gate and flew away. We'll see what that was. The PA announcer's exciting, and boy, should she. That was just spectacular pure speed by Stewart. 10.8 from Croc Stewart, my goodness.
The winner of the slow heat. Second place.
Stewart is almost certainly going to win that. He has just run one of the fastest Empire times in VVAL history. My goodness from Stewart. We're going to check out the third heat in just a moment and see if anyone can top Croc Stewart in the boys 100-meter dash. Ready to start this first leg of the boys 100-meter dash, and we're showing to you this because of kind of a weird scenario that happened last week at the VVL Championships. Croc Stewart, who's run the 10th fastest time ever in the Redwood Empire. He's 4th at NCS, and he's has the fastest ever time in Redwood Empire history by a freshman out of American Canyon. Ran a 10.92 on March 4th, and yet he is in this first leg because he just had a horrible start last week at the VVAL Championships. Barely qualified. He's one of the slowest times coming in. It was just a disaster for him last Friday. Lucky to move on, yet he's so talented, but he just did not have a good start. But he's so talented, and he could easily return here, and he could best everyone, even in that top heat. After this, we're going to be headed back down onto the field for some long jump, triple jump, and pole vault.
Qualify on from any heat.
That is the PA announcer reminding you can qualify for any heat. Croc Stewart, expect him to qualify from this one. He is a superstar. You've seen Anderson, you've seen Peterson. Stewart is right up there with him. A breakout star. The big caddy won the 100, 200 out of nowhere. And it got everyone's attention. The VBL champion in the 200 and the fastest time coming in the 200, which he'll race later today. But he is fresh so far today. He has not run yet. He did not race in the American Canyons 4x1. And likely to dominate this league for a long time and this region for a long time. We'll see what he can do. He can potentially make it to state as a freshman. What accomplished that would be, but it's certainly a possibility for Croc Stewart. Final warm-ups. Fastest time in this heat coming in. Marin Catholic's Ryan Dolan, but the fastest time overall, Eden Nicholas of Tam, and the VVAL champion, Matthew Mason of Casa Grande, the talented Gaucho sprinters. Trojans have watched a lot of the last couple years. They stride to the line here. Croc Stewart on that 7th lane on the outside. Fastest runners are on the inside based on their qualifying times, but the times are purely based on the qualifying times last week.
And there's the goal.
They're off. Quick start by Stewart. He's not going to have to worry about this time. Oh my goodness. Woo! Croc Stewart looked like Bolt out there. He flew out of the gate and flew away. We'll see what that was. PA announcer's exciting, and boy, should she. That was just spectacular pure speed by Stewart. 10.8 from Croc Stewart, my goodness.
The winner of the slow heat. Second place.
Stewart is almost certainly going to win that. He has just run one of the fastest Empire times in VVAL history. My goodness from Stewart. We're going to check out the 3rd heat in just a moment and see if anyone can top Croc Stewart in the boys 100-meter dash. Here we go for the final leg of this boys 100-meter dash. Can anyone top Croc Stewart's 10.8? Matthew Mason, Conrad Say, Aiden Nichols list the top chances to potentially do it. Luis J. of Rancho is the MBL champion. Start is everything, and a good start. A close race here early. Mason bolting through. It's going to be a close finish, but I think Mason got it.
A finish for the camera right there.
A tight finish between Matthew Mason and Conrad Say. VVAL showing up in this 100-meter dash. I think the top 3's going to be all Vine Valley Athletic League sprinters. We'll have to wait on the final results. Mason does indeed win. 11:07, way behind Stewart. And Say, 11:15. Nicholas, 11:57. So good showing for the VBAL. Croc Stewart rolls to a victory, and he might be headed to state the way he's running in the 100-meter dash. On we go to the girls' 800 meters. We're going to have the boys' 800 meters after this. Then we'll see Sydney Dennis in the girls' 300 meters. And then we'll be down on the field for most of the rest of the day before coming back up here for the final relays, 4x4 events that will conclude the NCS Redwood Empire Championships. It's already been an exciting day, a lot of close races. And some highlights for Petaluma. Callie Sullivan officially 3rd in the 100. Petaluma will not qualify any boys out of the 400, but a good effort by Jaden Gabriel. He finishes 12th. Hale finishes 14th. And Sydney Dennis's meet record, which was the first one set briefly until Croy Stewart also set a meet record in its blistering 100-meter time. So 2 state meet records so far set. And this exciting day, and the girls' 800 meters coming up next. Samantha Wallstrom has the fastest time for Marin Catholic. She's 2nd in all of NCS. You saw her finish 3rd in the NCS 1600 meter finals. Atkins ranked 4th in NCS, and she has the 12th fastest time in NCS. Gabrielle Patterson can run this, but choosing not to. You can see Atkins settling into the pack, not making the mistake she did last time. A tight pack early and a slow pack, Wallenstrom running, and now Atkins gets a little bit of excitement, and she will pull ahead. Disappointment in the girls' 1600 now in her 2nd meet. Trying to come through, was right behind her, standing in line waiting for lunch. She looked laser focused, waiting for this moment. Nearing the stretch here on this first lap. Atkins in a narrow lead, but right behind her is the speedy Wallenstrom. Both of these hoping to make it to state next week at MOC. It's Amy Armstrong of Maria Carrillo, Leah Haley of Montgomery, and Thea Norland of Arcade of the Order. Still very tight as they reach the bell. This should be a good finish. You see the increase of pace of both 68 seconds on that first lap.
Doing what she is known for,
Atkins sets the pace, trying to keep that, but Wallenstrom trying to come around her from Marin Catholic, and now Atkins in trouble. She starts to tire, and Wallenstrom's pace increases. Leah Haley of Montgomery is hanging around. Stride for stride right now. Can Atkins find some endurance, guts, and adrenaline, anything in her final race in Sonoma County to win this? But Wallenstrom takes the lead in the tournament. She has a massive lead. Excellent move by Marin Catholic Samantha Wallenstrom to take the big lead. She's way out in front. Amy Armstrong has gone into second. And then it's Leah Haley and then Sierra Atkins. Samantha Wallenstrom's gonna win big time. What an exceptional race. She ran this one tactically, and it works out for her to a T.
This is your second and final heat for the girls.
Atkins will finish in fourth, Armstrong third, and Haley gets second as Wallenstrom excellently done to win the girls 1600 meters. She's a talented distance runner. 800 meters for the boys following. On to the boys 800 meters hurdles, the first leg, and Luke Ronshausen for Petaluma, the only member of the Petaluma distance team to make it here. Distance has been a struggle for the Trojans both on the boys and girls side, but Ronshausen, only a sophomore and the younger brother of one of the leaders of the distance team, Colin Ronshausen, who graduates. The bright future for Petaluma, and a good race last week at VVAL, finishing fourth, and he earned a spot in MOC with a qualifying time good enough to get him here, and you never know, make it to MOC. We saw in the girls 800 meters in that first leg, the winner do enough to qualify. Potentially you have a slow second leg, you can qualify out of this first leg. Luke Ronshausen's best time, 2:05.77, or that's his qualifying time, I should say. Austin Luong of Piner, the lead runner in this one, as they're off 2 laps around the track, half a mile.
First of 2 heats for
Such
the
a unique
800
length.
meters.
You really have to pace yourself in the 800 meters. It's not a sprint, it's too long for that, but it's also not as long as the mile. You can't really slow yourself and just cruise along. You have to push. Ronshausen so far in this second pack, but he's a late finisher. And you can take your time to move up, potentially. Slow down, and then move up in the 800. There is enough time for that, but you can't really wait around. It's suddenly you've done 1 lap, you only got 1 more to go. The 3200, which we will not be showing, that's later. That's just a test of your endurance. 1600 really is more of that. The 800 is really, I think, the toughest race because it's right in the middle. See Ronshausen making his way up from that second pack for Petaluma. But they have separated themselves into 2 discrete packs, and it is the top time runner in front. Piner's Austin Luong, the junior, whose time of 2:02 lead things. Good long strides, confident face. You don't want to turn your head too much. Keep it level. Doing a nice job. Nice job here by Ronshausen making his way up. He is a late kick and trying to nip off some runners. This is why he's going to be a good runner in the long run for Petaluma. Starting to be a close finish up at the top. Luong starting to lose some steam, and he's not going to hold on. He's dying as some pass him. There goes Ronshausen, who's past that first pack. He looks like he's going to be able to finish 5th. Windsor is going to win, followed by Monty, and then Luong. And Ronshausen going to finish 5th. Nice run by the sophomore. Certainly in the years to come as an upperclassman, expect to see him do well. We will see the finals of the boys 800 meters. So finals of the boys 800 meters. Logan Moon of Casa Grande, the top time. Casa, just one win so far today. VVAL champions on both the boys and the girls side. Lila McCoy won the shot put, better known for wrestling, but so much strength. She won the girls shot put earlier today, but Logan Moon, the junior, talented runner, favored to win this. Casa Cross Country also won both VVAL championships on the boys and girls side, so distance for the Gauchos is a strength, but our whole track team, they've really built something strong on the other side of town, and not being in the same league as Maria Carrillo has helped them out. They're off. It's not going to be Moon out first, though, for Casa at front. It's Windsor, and it is. Now it is Moon. Drake right behind them. They're in a nice line right now, spaced out, and it gives Moon plenty of room and plenty of players to work with. You have that pack behind you. It can be quite nervy. They can be tired out, but instead, it's one line, and you have to go around people to pick them off, which is a challenge. Don't want to do that on the curves. You want to do that on the straightaways. So Logan Moon out in front of Sir Francis Drake, Amir Bakan, who you saw run well in the 1600 behind him. And Nico Pampili as well of Drake, who's got an excellent distance there. Dante Godinez, who finished 7th in the 1600. The NBL champion on the tail. A fast first lap, and Moon is cruising along, but there is a tight first pack, and Moon's going to have to keep his momentum going, competing against some good Drake runners. You got to tell yourself, we'll all be over in 30 minutes. Everything you got. It's the last event of the day for most of these runners. And now, Moon passed by Barcon. Barcon at a Moon. Can Moon repass them? What do they have left as they reach the final turn? 100 meters to go here. Now Moon picking up speed, and he's going to pass Barcon. Logan Moon, the last burst of energy. He's going to win. Barcon's energy cost him. He's trying to hold on for a second. He will barely. Godinez will finish fourth, the NBL champion. Oh, he's at the finish line. Exhausted in the boys' 800 meters. Another close, good race. Haven't been a lot of blowouts today, even with the top runners, and certainly Amir Bakan ran that one aggressively, but Moan a little bit too much.
Pompey 153.65. Moon.com.
Maria Carrillo's senior class always puts up the graduating year up on high on the hillside above Maria Carrillo High School, annual tradition year at the Northeast Santa Rosa School, academically acclaimed. And well, 2019's written up and just a few weeks away from graduating for many of these seniors. Maria Carrillo and elsewhere, including Sydney Dennis, who beats in her third and penultimate event of the day. She's already qualified in 2. This is probably her worst, which, you know, considering how athletically talented she is, not saying a lot, but her least, or one she has least expectations in, at least, in the 300-meter hurdles. Dennis, 49.56. It's the 4th fastest time in the Redwood Empire, and it is the 2nd fastest time so far this year by Sonoma County runners. Only Annika Williams is faster. Michaela Lynn, by far the fastest runner in this event. Tamil Pius in lane 4. She is currently ranked 6th in NCS. Last year, Dennis actually had a faster time than her current time. She ran a 47.66, which was 2nd in school history. Her time right now, 49.56. The start's still so vital, but it's more of a test of endurance, as you have to go over 8 sets of hurdles, 3/4 of meters around the track. And they're off. Dennis in the 7th lane next to Cynthia Rosales of Piner.
Girls 300
Dennis off to a great start, soaring over that hurdle, but she'll have to get a healthy lead because of this curve. That creates a little bit of an illusion. Cynthia Rizal is out wide, doing well. They start to space out, and Michaela Lynn starting to take command as we expected here. Dennis falling behind. There's one straggler. Dennis, though, has to make sure, based on qualifying times, she stays up in this pack. Stuck in a pack with Williams and others. Lynn is going to easily win. Dennis around the corner. What does she have on this last hurdle? You can see the endurance stumbling over, but she toughed through that, and I believe she is going to qualify for MOC. Michaela Lynn able to win it. Cynthia Rizal is on her 18th birthday. A nice performance, but Dennis looking like 3 for 3. She's moving on to MOC. Field events are coming up next. So we are back on field level, and it's the girls triple jump, or the girls long jump, I should say. We'll also have the boys triple jump, which is about to start its final leg concurrently. And Marie Jones starting it off for Tara Linda on her first jump. We'll see Sydney Dennis and a couple jumpers. 15.8 from Marie Jones on her first jump. Dennis, 4th best jump in school history when we'll see her, 33rd best in Redwood Empire history, and she's currently ranked 11th with a jump of 16 feet 10 inches, and she's 3rd ranked in this event. Trying to make it 4 for 4, move on to MOC. Already finished 3rd in the 100 meter dash. A nice performance at 4th in the 400, as that's a scratch. So a lot of hope for Dennis, potentially 4 top 5 finishes. What a result that would be. Lorian Gregorio saw her in the girls triple jump. She qualified for the Meet of Champions next week at Diablo Valley Community College, and we'll see her go. Much simpler the long jump. It's just one leap. Try to lift off with your legs, your thighs, so important. 18.2.5. No, I did not hear that right. 16.2.5 for Gregorio. Dennis chasing Sophia Caligari of Drake and Hannah Matcham of Marin Catholic. On the other side, you can see the boys. Triple getting ready, and Tony Mokel of Petaluma trying to become the only boy to qualify for the Meet of Champions. No boy yet for Petaluma has done so. Mokel should have an opportunity to do just that. Second in VVAL, only to one of the more talented athletes in the area, and Kyle Jazecki. Mokel second in VVAL, and he's 8th in the Redwood Empire. So Dennis getting ready to go here. Her first jump of the long jump. Already set a school record and a meet record in the triple jump. Can she create more history? Her face focus. A picture of precision by Dennis. And that one looked like an excellent start for the senior star. $16.5 for Dennis. Not bad for her first, but she's going to need more just to make sure she qualifies. Her best mark at 16.10. But she had a slow start in the triple and took off from there. We're going to move over to boys long jump on the other end. These two adjoining pits, where just saw a scratch. Connor Berry and Nathan Charles of Redwood, and then you'll see Mokol following that. Charles' best jump, 40 feet 9 inches. Mokol right in front of it, 40 feet 10 inches. Teljizeki leading it at 43 9 inches. $46.5 from Charles, right around his average. So here goes Mokol for the Trojans. Junior was right in this position last year, last flight, and by 1 spot he missed moving on to MOC. Does he make things different this time? $47.25 for Mokol. Not bad for him. That might be enough for him to move on, but his best last week, 40.10. A little more to make up. You don't typically see the best times on the first one. Here's San Rafael's Aaron Powell. Long-limbed bulldog. And a senior. Only 40-2. Not a great jump for the junior to start. Back over on the girls' long jump, and here is the favorite. And a scratch to start. You have to like that if you're Sydney Dennis. Katie Hurst. Next up in this one for Fortuna. Dennis has already outdone her in the triple. And, you know, Hannah Matcham, top mark, scratches to start. Dennis has a shot here at winning it all. Hurst advanced in this one as well. Was the champion last year, but bettors have surpassed her. $16.10.5 for Hurst. That is not bad. That will put her in a competitive mark. That's actually better than Dennis's qualifying mark. So long limb Hurst giving herself a chance. We're back to the top of the order here. Marie Jones. Freshman Trojan out of Terra Linda. A scratch from another Terra Linda Trojan. And it's coming up in a moment. Oren Gregario will go before her. We'll see what Dennis can do. Back over on the boys' triple. So Renee Ball, a Pioneer, posts a very nice mark. Asia Doral next up on the girls' long jump, and sophomore better known for her basketball pursuit. She's one of the best basketball players in the area, second leading scorer on the Powerhouse Cardinals, likely going to go pro for that, but good supplement to go out for track as well. Get some jumps. Kyle Jazecki getting ready on the other end for Napa. Here's the leader. Nice jump from Doral. Here's Jazecki. A massive leap from the VVAL champion, Ada Napa. 16-2 from Doral. 42-8 from Jazecki. So not a good jump from Doral. And Jazecki still off his best. That'll be enough to qualify him. Here's Dennis, her second jump. And Dennis scratches. That one's not going to count for Dennis. Here's Sophia Caligari of Drake. Her best 17-2, only behind Hatcham of Marin Catholic. A Pirate sophomore. (18-8), very well done, and she has taken a commanding lead. That's going to be hard for anyone to catch up with. Sophia Caligari, 18-8, has just posted by far the best mark. And the Drake Pirate out in front. We'll see what Matcham can do to answer after scratching her first time, and then Dennis is going to have one leap to catch up. Otherwise, she could be perilously close to that cutoff, and if there were some good jumps in that second lead, could be in trouble. Clean on this time for Hatcham. (18-2.25). Her best jump, not good enough to get to Caligari, but the two best have certainly solidified themselves. Hers currently in second, and Dennis right on the edge. Moving back over to the boys' triple. Second jump for Nathan Charles. Got fists of sand holding on to the acceleration you build, the momentum. (48) for Charles, still on the edge, and Mokel is 47.25, also on the edge. He's going to need something better to make himself feel comfortable if he wants to make sure he can advance. Leans back, practices his motion, deep breath, his face a picture of focus, and he takes off. Mokel happy with that jump. It's on the football team, very athletic. Didn't hear a mark there, but it looked like a good jump from Mokel. we'll get you final results to see if Mogul can make it to the NCS Meet of Champions for the first time in his career at Diablo Valley Community College. It's the best of the best from across the East Bay and going north of the Golden Gate Bridge all the way up to the Oregon border. Del Norte had to drive 5 hours to get here. Schools have traveled from all over to come to this big event. We'll see Aaron Powell of San Rafael again. Grunting and groaning, dancing as he falls into the sand. Nice jump by Powell. You can see the girls 3200, the longest race of the day, underway. Which includes Gabby Peterson again. Mary Dietrich of Vintage, who was the champion in cross country in girls VVAL, trying to win things there. She's running right with her right now. This race takes well over 10 minutes. Dennis getting ready to go. She has one big pressure jump here to try to move herself forward. Durrell's going to go before her. Dennis came in with the best mark in all Sonoma County. Just a little bit better than Durrell, only a quarter of an inch better, in fact. And a scratch by Durrell. So here goes Dennis. One final chance for her. Her final thing she will ever do here in Sonoma County in track and field. She's graduating in 3 weeks and heading to BYU. Gets the mark. Right now, what is it? An important one here for Dennis. 16. 6. That should be enough, but it does not actually top her first jump. So it's going to be close if Dennis advances. Here's Sophia Caligari, who's already leading in this event. Trying to top it, she had an impressive 18.8. And the girls' long jump coming to an end here as the afternoon grows later. Another nice jump from Caligari. Talented pirate. Drake's had a really nice afternoon, high standing in the boys. Petaluma girls, though, in the last update, they were tied for 5th. They're going to have some nice results. Not as great that time, 16.9 1/4. Caligari. Back over where we'll take you through the conclusion of the boys' triple jump. And it's Tamil Pius here. That was Will Holden Wingate. And only Jazeki already had an impressive first jump. Gabby Peterson putting things away, I'm hearing, in the 3200. As expected. Kyle Jazeki, senior, Napa High School Grizzly, and they're one of their best athletes in the big school. massive jump, eliciting all of the news from the onlookers, fellow teammates. Oh, I was couldn't hear it, but it was big enough. Jaceki clapped, ball clapped, and he gets high fives. I think it was just enough for him to win. He has been dominant today. That will start the third and final leg of this boys triple jump, and then we're going to take you over to the girls pole vault, where Erica Gilmore hoping to get things going for Petaluma. She's got a chance to qualify for MOC. She's on the edge. Windsor's Vince Corday trying to get people to clap, but they're just not wanting to do it for him. A mark for Corday, the Jaguar senior. Not happy with that one, though. Here's Piner's Kevin Anley, his teammate Rene Ball, already going to move on. He's the NBL champion in this event. Piner's got some nice field specialists. So Connor Berry now, Sonoma Valley, last qualifier into this top flight. Finished third in VBAL behind Mokel and Jaceki. Wearing a smartwatch. There's Redwood's Nathan Charles, his third and final jump. Next Friday and Saturday, the meet of champions. Our top 7 move on, and the top 3 from that move on to the state meet of Veterans Memorial Stadium in Clovis. Memorial Day weekend. Be Friday and Saturday of that weekend. So here goes Mokel. He's going to have his final jump on the edge right now of qualifying. He needs a good one here to make sure he will book a spot at Diablo Valley Community College next week. Beautiful Pleasant Hill. Jazeki's likely already won this one. And Napa Stars put it in the bottom. Here goes Mokel. He'll await his mark. 41 and 7.5, not Mokel's best mark, but that is top his previous ones, and it's going to put him very close to advancing. We will have final results for you a little later to see if Tony Mokel has enough to move on. We have moved to the pole vault. We're at 8 feet 2 inches. A couple tries in. Savannah Engler and Erica Gilmore both still alive for Petaluma. So you see the nice clear by Lake Moon of Santa Rosa. You saw earlier in the triple. They go one by one and raise it ever so higher. Here's Teresa Martinez of Del Norte. 8 feet 6 inches. Currently the height. They're going to need to definitely go a little higher if they want to move on to NCS Meet of Champions. Martinez just clears it next to the bar, and her sister Catherine in the shadow, but approving. And Del Norte coach running us too. Happy to see the freshman move on. Maria Carrillo's Shaylin Seibold next up. So these jumpers try to move on. Such a unique sport, pole vaulting. How plant the stick, propel this stuff up. It really has to be scary, I would think. You get so high in the air, but gymnasts are often very good at it. You've got to arc your body, be flexible, just as Seibold was to clear the bar here at our home course. Engler coming up in a couple jumps for the Trojans. As it's Drake's Jacqueline McKillop-Herr. Next up, trying to clear this bar. She will not. Gotta arc yourself up, get enough momentum, and it's challenging. Kerr unable to. And it's one and out. You miss one, you're gone. See both Gilmore and Engler coming up for Petaluma. Erica Gilmore, third in the Redwood Empire with 9 feet 6 inches from last year, which would be enough to qualify her to NCS based on the current marks, the NCS Meet of Champions. That's tied for the 35th best in Empire history, and her current mark of 9 feet flat, tied for the 22nd best in NCS. Every jump so critical because it often comes down to tiebreakers. The pole increased incrementally. Her so little. It's a mentals game too. Nice job by Santa Rosa's Elana Bruce. And now here is Engler for Petaluma, who will be directly followed by Gilmore. Engler, a former gymnast in her own right. Part of her strength in this event. Takes a long, deep breath, holds up the stick. Engler clears it with ease. Not even close. He made that one look easy. Her father cheering her on. Plenty of room for her. Here is Gilmore now. It's an exciting time in Petaluma sports. Gilmore trying to be the third athlete that we know of so far to clinch going to MOC. Good job, Erica. And she's able to clear it. Not a lot of room. Make sure you got to keep your feet out, but Gilmore does, and she moves on. Kristen Sienna, now in Natalie Kelly, a senior. Petaluma Sports, a badminton team also at NCS at Pioneer today. And maybe someone makes it to state for them. Top 3 move on to state. They've had an incredible season, VBAL champions. They have 10 individuals at NCS, a remarkable accomplishment. And an exciting time overall for Petaluma Sports, with the baseball and softball teams awaiting their spots at NCS tomorrow. Likely going to have home games. It was a rough year last year in NCS for those teams, both going out in the first round, but hopes have to be high going in for both teams tested in the new league formation in the VBA. As the Brave unable to clear it, got to curl those feet up. Couldn't do that. So another eliminated. These athletes just have to wait. A lot of waiting in high jump, or pole vault, I mean. Can make it stressful. Another Justin Santa Brave of the VBAL. Josephine Weiss, the senior. Able to work herself over, curled over. She's laughing to herself. A little awkward looking, but able to make it done. We continue here at 8 feet 6 inches. But that is exactly how you don't do it. You got stuck up in the air. And Samantha Ramacher of TAM could not propel herself up. She's gone. 4x4 races coming up in moments. We're going to try to bring you those from a lower angle, keeping our coverage of pole vault here, which is bound to go on for a while. Also, we're going to have some interviews. Cindy Dennis, what a day. We'll grab those and we'll take a look at some results as well. Here's Vintage's Alina Vanderberg. Just able to wheel herself over. Here is Fortuna, all the way out of the Humboldt Del Norte League. Sage Grudman, these teams have to stay in Santa Rosa overnight and then stay tonight as well. 5-hour drive. Take a break, stop running the Redwoods on the way down. It's a long drive. They're isolated up there. Grudman can't get over the bar. Still a long way to go at 8 feet 6 inches. That's not going to be enough to qualify. It's going to be somewhere in the mid 9 feet likely that we'll see qualifiers. Here is the VVOL champion, Caitlin Berryhill. Actually, I'm sorry, tied with Gilmore for the VVOL champion. Out of Napa, who finished at 9 feet. Berryhill willing herself over. Piece of art there. Have to really do things to your body that are not natural. Contortionist would be good at pole vaulting. We're going to take a break from pole vault. We're going to show you the 4x4 coming up next, and then we'll check back here soon. We're underway in the girls' 4x4 relay, including Petaluma. Miranda Lindbergh starting things off for Petaluma. The Trojans in second early in this relay that takes a mile, 400 meters each for all 4 runners. This is the first heat. The Trojans hoping to go out on top. Lindbergh, her final race of her career. Trojans the second fastest time coming in after Novato. They get ready to hand off. Novato is in front, and the Trojans in second. The handoff so vital in relays. You see through the maze of people. The handoff as the Trojans give it to Courtney Bell.
Looks like everybody made it through cleanly.
Bell currently in second, sprinting around and chasing after Nevada, who's comfortably in first. Once they reach the cones, don't have to worry about curves as they go inside. Petaluma in second, McKinleyville in third. I'm sorry, it's Healdsburg, not Novato, actually. Novato and McKinleyville, third and fourth, respectively. As Bell, who raced in the 200 earlier today, trying to chase after first place and get the Trojans a heat victory here. Healdsburg out in front, the Greyhounds. And then a nice lap by Bell. She's made up a lot of ground. Here comes another handoff. Oh, he's dangerous. All about teamwork. And the Trojans give it to Callie Sullivan. Sullivan, who finished third in the 400, will race around. You don't typically pass people on the curves, but the Trojans do it anyway. Sullivan in front now, just the strides ahead. And the speedy sophomore, who's already headed to MOC with a brilliant performance, trying to extend the lead for the final anchor leg for the Trojans. Sullivan, an exceptional run and a massive gap. Sonoma's in third, McKinleyville in fourth, Novato fifth, and Tam breaking up the rear. Sullivan with a comfortable gap. It'll be enough to give some security to the anchor for Petaluma, but not enough that you can take things easily. Nice run, though, by Callie Sullivan.
Let's go, Nat!
What a day she's had. Trojans get a fast enough time, they could be in the mix for MOC if they really push it on this very final lap. Erica Gilmore, who had to drop her pole and she was pole vaulting to come out here and race out here. And the girls 4x4 has a comfortable lead, runs the 400, didn't qualify for this, but the relay team qualified, and a massive lead for the Trojans. Proving they should have been in a higher heat. Now it's how much can Gilmore push himself. Watch out though for Gabby Peterson. She's trying to chase out Gilmore. That's scary when Gabby Peterson's on your footsteps, but I think Gilmore has just got so much room. I don't think it's physically possible, especially that Peterson just ran the 3200 not too long ago. The Trojans are going to win their heat in the girls 4x4. Brenna Limber, Courtney Bell, Callie Sullivan, and Erica Gilmore. With an impressive performance, the Trojans get the victory in the first heat. Healdsburg is second. And here comes Sonoma in third. The stragglers bringing up the rear. So we'll move on to the top heat. The girls 4x4. Just missed Savannah Engler. She just cleared 8.8. 2 more inches up, and now her best mark of the season. She needs a few more to really start getting into MOC territory for the Trojans. Erica Gilmore, fresh off an impressive performance in the 4x4. We'll get back to that first heat in a minute. Getting ready to go is Tam. Not gonna go. Holden Wingate for the red-tailed Hawks. Eliminated. As we get ready for Teresa Martinez of Del Norte. Saw her just clear earlier. And the freshman do it again. She's already passed her best mark of the year. Nope. Never really got her body up where she could arc it over. Just not high enough. As her time is over, but she's got many more years to go. Here is Vintage's Elena Vandenberg, who has been stride for stride with Gilmore throughout this season. Here goes Vandenberg. Well done. She really arched her body over well. So athletic. Holds her hands up in the air. Satisfied with that. Gets the applause. She continues her strong performance. Here is Fortuna Sage Grudman. Gilmore coming up in a moment. Grudman can't get up high enough. Not able to propel herself up enough. Get that strength. Strength important too in this event. Petaluma 4x4 team likely not going to move on. 4:18, way better than their previous best time of 4:45. Remarkably better, but nice job in the second heat. A couple teams ahead of their time. Likely not going to be able to have enough to move on to MOC, but a valiant effort. Now here is Gilmore for Petaluma. 8 feet, 8 inches, trying to get to 9. That's where she got last weekend. Yes, it will be enough for Gilmore. She clears the bar. Combines the 4x4 and does that all. What strength, what endurance from the senior. All ready to go in the girls' final leg. 4x4 relay, 7 spots up for grab to move on to MOC next week. The final girls' event of the afternoon, besides the pole vault, which is going late. Santa Rosa leads the pack here in terms of qualifying times, way ahead, 5 seconds ahead of Marin Catholic, who's in second. Santa Rosa's 4:06, currently 9th in NCS. Cassie Schroff, the talented freshman who won both the 100 and the 200 today for the Panthers, will start things off for them. 8 squads in this final leg. The start's not as important here. It's about endurance, making this team right, putting your runners in the right spot and keeping your spot. It's hard to gauge who's in front here with the big gaps by the curves. So far, a good start out wide for Vintage with Michelle Krebs starting things off for the VVAL champion Crushers, who defeated Petaluma last week in American Canyon at the VVAL Championships. Krebs ahead, Windsor currently in second. They'll still have one more turn on this second leg before they can move into the first leg and merge in. Here is the first exchange. These are a big difference in seconds. How smooth you can do it. Practice, chemistry, teamwork. See a faster second leg here. Maria Carrillo down the middle, making up some ground as they're going to be able to now divert into the first lane. But Vintage still out in front. Excellent race early here by the Crushers. It's a tight first pack. Santa Rosa, Windsor, and Drake are all in it so far. This could be a good one. We've had so many close races throughout the afternoon between all these teams. The team standings will be close. And a lot of heartbreak for some athletes that just missed out on MLC, but some thrills for some that did. The Pumas on their home track now take the lead. Vintage tiring, and that's what you don't want. A runner in one of your legs down the stretch tiring that can suddenly eliminate a lead even if you've got a fast anchor. It's packed tightening up here at the handoffs. We'll see who comes out of it. And it is still Carrillo out in front. This Santa Rosa team supposed to be extraordinarily talented, but we haven't seen the Panthers so far get into the rhythm we expected. Drake now in second, Carrillo in first, Vintage in third, then it's Santa Rosa. Napa following that.
Maria Carrillo out ahead.
The Pumas with one more lap to go.
Sir Francis Drake
Kelly
chasing
Rowe
them down in
leading
the
things
turn.
for the Pumas. Drake with Sally Koo trying to make things up. The Pirates, the MCAL champions. A lot of champions going out of it, but the Pumas refusing to budge right now. Will they have enough in their anchor is the question. The anchors are the wild cards, the fastest runners, and they can change the face of races. 400 meters to go as they come to the line. Santa Rosa, the favorites, still in fourth. Are the Pumas going to upset, or do we have a late comeback? One lap to go here. Vintage still in third. Drake hot on the tails of the Pumas.
Look for Santa Rosa.
And here come the Panthers as well. But the Panthers still trailing. It's going to be a lot to make up for Santa Rosa and Isel Zamora, one of their most talented runners. Here comes Zamora, but all she's got is the straightaway to catch Maria Carrillo as she tries to pass Drake. What an excellent job by the Pumas. That the length they pulled ahead, they knew the Panthers would have a fast final lap, but it appears Maria Carrillo put up enough space, and even though Zamora is going to do a nice job, this is going to be an upset. Maria Carrillo will stun Santa Rosa and win it. Santa Rosa's going to be second and Drake third. An upset in the girls 4x4. Maria Carrillo will win it, and it's going to be a close final standings. The Pumas might have won. You can see the hugs abounding for the Pumas. Boys 4x4, the final event of the day. Petaluma girls finish 11th in the 4x4. An exceptional effort by them. Exceptional way to go out, including beating rival Casa Grande, which no matter what always means a lot. To knock off the Gauchos, and Trojans were beat badly by Casa. We had a dual meet earlier. Boys ended up finishing dead last. Girls, though, had a nice performance finishing third, and they've shown it. We're still waiting for boys triple and girls long jump results. We'll get to those when you have them. After this, we'll head back to the girls pole vault. As this day winds down, it's turning into the late afternoon here. Maria Carrillo High School. It's been a long day. A lot of exciting races. Hope you've enjoyed it all. Petaluma boys in this final leg. But one of the slowest times, actually the slowest time coming in the last qualifier to make it the Trojan boys. This has not been their best event, but the girls' surprise, we'll see what the Trojan boys can do. They are all the way back in lane number 1, so they're going to feel like they're behind big early. But they'll be able to make ground around the curves. 3 of them to go around. Gun is raised. And the runners are off. The first heat of this final race. Jack Sullivan start things off for Petaluma on the inside. Only qualified for relays this time. I'm sorry, it's Devin Hong, Trojan sprinter, specialty in the 100, but wasn't not able to qualify for MOC, just missed out. Fortuna has the fastest time coming in lane 4. The Trojans are behind early in this one. With Hong trying to make up some ground as he nears the stretch. On the outside, it is Eureka out in front. As they approach the first handoff on this first heat.
From this vantage point, that looks like that's lane 7 with that first handoff. And remember this staggered start. We're going to see it all clean up right here. As they
The Trojans will one last chance to make up some ground where they come to the corner. It's Ezra Apple, a sophomore coming around. The Trojans have made up some ground, and they are now in 7th. As Apple trying to pick off a couple runners. Nice job by Apple. As this tightens up. Apple just picking off people like picking apples off a tree. And he's going to head all the way around into first. Got the baton, was last, and now in first. What a run by Ezra Apple. He's got a future. Now a late surge, though, out wide as Apple tires. The Elmo Lions will now take a lead. Old SCL rivals the Trojans. And a nice handoff for the Lions as well. So now here is Sullivan with Hale, the anchor for Petaluma. The Trojans now in third. Napa out in front trying to beat their VVAL rivals. It's El Molino currently in first. And still a very tight pack for the most part. Besides a couple stragglers, Trojans sitting in third comfortably as they settle in here and approaching the final lap. Final event of the day for Petaluma. Now his pack of five straightening out, and Sullivan comes out of it. A massive surge for the junior, and he takes the lead. Sullivan out in front, and can the Trojans hold it with senior Nathan Hale? The girls 4x4 won their first heat. Can the boys do it? Hale finished 15th in the 400 overall, but he's competing against some other speedy runners in the 400. How do you work with a lead with no one close? You just got to keep on working if you're Hale, and Hale's worked up a nice lead. You can see Elmo still behind Del Norte and Napa in that second pack. Everyone chasing Hale. Will he have enough tired legs in the last event of his career? 100 meters for glory for Hale. Can he hold on? Elmo closing hard here. Senior Nathan Hale in front, and the Trojans are going to make it happen. A victory in heat number one. What a run by Ezra Apple to change things. Sullivan at a surge, and Hale said, "I'll take it from here." Elmo finishes second, and Petaluma with an exceptional performance. Reach 9 feet now back at pole vault. It is getting real. Meet of championship qualifications are on the line, and Savannah Engler has PR now. Can she keep it going? Can she keep her career going? Potentially go to MOC. How sweet that would be for the athletic senior. Engler, her face focusing. Engler curves herself over the bar. She is performing at the top of her game right now. Exceptional job. A smile on her face. She moves on to 9 feet 2 inches. She gets a hug from her coach. She is rolling right now. Vintage is Elena Vanderberg. The top competition in VVAL for Engler and Gilmore. Vanderberg trying to follow her Petaluma counterparts. We'll have the final, the boys 4x4 coming up next, but we do have the results from Petaluma. They improved their time by 10 seconds from their qualification. The improvement on the relay teams really showed how much they practiced this week and worked hard. Really impressive. Vanderberg will not reach there, so she's gone. Justin Sienna, last girl, just got eliminated, and Gilmore and Engler, the only two VVAL athletes remaining. 9 feet. This is where Gilmore fell last time. She's going to have to keep on going if she wants to make the meet of champions. Close last year, had a nice performance last year. We saw Kill Seaver on the boys make MOC in pole vault. Gilmore unable to. Will she this time? Two senior girls at the end of their career for Petaluma. Oh, she never got up. Disappointing for Gilmore. She just unable to plant well. And luckily for her, I believe that will warrant her another chance. Santa Rosa's Bria Ketley. Gilmore about to get her second and final opportunity, otherwise she's eliminated. Ketley, the NBL champion with a teammate, but not going to make it there. Now the second and final chance as well for the Justin Sienna jumper, Josephine Weiss. Second chance time right now at 9 feet before they move it up 2 more to 9-2. So here goes Weiss. She didn't get a great job up, but able to will herself up and over. Just narrowly nicked the bar. She'll move on. So here is now Elena Vandenberg's second chance. Double elimination style here in pole vault. Can Vandenberg keep her season alive? No, she does not get there. Never got herself up. So Gilmore, the last one before they move it up. So here goes Gilmore. She must make this. Just couldn't will herself up. Same issue as last. And that will do it for her. Full event of the day getting ready to go, but we do have news from the triple jump. We weren't sure if Mokel would have enough. We knew it would be close, and it was. But he just advances Tony Mokel 41, 7 inches, and 3/4 of an inch by just less than a foot. He moves on to the NCS Media Champions for the first time in his career, placing in 6th. So a big accomplishment for Mokel as he is moving on to the Media Champions. He would be the only guy we believe to do so, unless everyone trips and falls here. And the boys 4x4, they did have a terrific performance. Final event of the day, and we're off.
This is your third and final heat for the boys.
Casa Grande has the fastest time coming in. They'll be in the middle, but expect Maria Carrillo to be in action. American Canyon as well. Croy Stewart will be the anchor for the Wolves, so that'll be fun to watch. Carrillo, the VVL or the MBL champion. Casa, the MBL champion. Vintage had a good mark as well. And so far, on the outside, it is Marin Catholic who's in front. Drake is the champion of MCAL as they're trying to close the gap. In a close turn, as they're about to come to the line and settle in, you can see Severin Ramirez out wide for Maria Carrillo. As they get ready to come to the line, Casa not a good start at all. It is American Canyon briefly in front, but Carrillo unable to catch up there. They're going to be in second, and surprisingly, the Gauchos who come in with the top mark are not anywhere near the front right now. Severin Ramirez trying to catch up with American Canyon, but remember Croy Stewart at the end for the Wolves. That could be enough. The Wolves still in front as we reach to the halfway point. The Wolves will be halfway at the handoff, the all vital handoff, smooth handoff for the Wolves, and they will remain out in front. but slightly. Carrillo chasing, and Drake now in third. They're the only one in this now top pack. American Canyon with the lead. Carrillo behind, and now Drake taking off. Look at those short, but just brilliant strides by the Drake runner, and he's going to settle in right behind American Canyon. This should be a tight finish. Does Koss have enough to catch up? I don't think so. Is Croy Stewart going to be able to close things out for American Canyon? We will see. As here comes now Carrillo around the edge. They will take the lead. It's Van Harden for Carrillo, and they will with 400 meters to go in the lead. Carrillo has the lead. Drake in second, and the Wolves now in third. Severin Ramirez, the 400 champion for Maria Carrillo, in front. Casa now starting to close with Jalen Love around the outside. He's wearing glasses and he can see pretty well right now. Now he's looking at a third place. American Canyon now dropping off the pace. Drake trying to catch up with Maria Carrillo. You can see the tired legs. It's been a long meet, and Drake now taking the lead. It's a foot race, 100 meters to go. Who has more in the tank? Ramirez finds something. He will answer, sprinting like a gazelle. He will get the victory, and the Pumas can celebrate. Drake second. Casa at third. So exciting, 4x4, back to Justin Sienna next up. And she can't get there. So high, so hard, you have to propel yourself up to a level of exceptional ability. Engler has not missed yet. She has been oh so spectacular. This is the final event, everything else done today. We're going to talk to some Trojan Star athletes after this, so stay tuned. Savannah Engler. She got it! Unbelievable! Engler cannot be stopped. That bar bouncing up there, but it would not move. Just gymnast skills are being used to a T. Remarkable stuff from Savannah Engler right now. So Engler on to the next round. Gilmore still has one more shot. Here is Napa's Caitlin Berryhill, who was part of that three-way tie for VVL title last week, but they're now at 9'8". They've long surpassed 9 feet. This bar is high up there. Berryhill never got there. It's hard just to get yourself up there. Gilmore getting ready to go again. This should be enough to qualify. Both Engler and Gilmore now Ukiah and Thea Krast. Krast can't get there. The leg hitting it, and the bar comes crashing down. Defeat of agony. So Gilmore gets a second shot. Can she come through? Gilmore rocking back, focusing. She's just been able to survive. Just couldn't get there, ever so close. but the back hitting the bar. Justin Sienna, he'll try again. As Josephine Weiss trying to advance. 10-4 is the next mark. That is where we will see Savannah Engler. She's advanced, and the only other girl to advance, Emma Haley of Montgomery right now. And can't rule out Engler winning this whole thing the way she's performing right now. She is absolutely on a roll. Beautiful afternoon here in Santa Rosa. She gets there, carves herself up over the bar. It's still shaking, but her unique form works out. She stays alive. Gilmore's third and final shot coming up after this. All Engler can do right now is wait till we get to the next site. Maria Carrillo's Faith Murray. Does she have the faith to move on? Yes, no! Oh, speak too soon. A bar appeared it would only rattle as she just nipped it, but it came clashing down. Gilmore waiting. We're into the third and final opportunities for these pole vaulters. Santa Rosa's Bree Kelty. Senior, come to the end of their careers. Got to jump to move on to MOC. Kelty focusing, hopping up and down, long strides, looking for the power, the momentum. She can't find it. Kelty is gone. Gilmore, last gasp. She made it on her third at 9 feet 2. 9 feet flat, I should say. Gilmore. Nice thing about pole vault, you get a second chance. You can learn from your mistakes. Let's Gilmore learn that once again. She never got up. That has been her one issue. And the applause as she is done. It's going to be close to make it to MOC for the senior, Erica Gilmore. Final chances here. Snapa's Caitlin Berryhill. No. And it comes down with a clash. She hit it on the way up, which just means you got a little vaulted your pole. So Ukiah next up. Thea Krast out of the MBL. Oh, what a move by Crash. She orchestrated that perfectly. She's moving on. Nearing the end of this round. Pole vault. You're at 9-8, 9-6, I should say. It's Bria Hulty. This is her third and final chance. They're getting eliminated one by one, disappearing from the ranks. Kelty takes her time. Silence as the Panther jumps. She's done it! Kelty with a gasp. She holds her head up. The relief of these pole vaulters after clearing. Beauty to watch. And Kelty moving on, another pole vaulter. Now it will be her teammate, Emanata Dofik, trying to keep it going. What has been a thrilling afternoon on these mats. The reason this is still going, the boys went on for so long. This one had a very, very late start. Everyone else is gone, but many have come over to check out the pole vault. So exciting to watch. And clearing it with ease. No! She says what, and I'm arguably confused. I don't know how that one fell. Looked like she cleared it with ease. I think coming down, just made a technical error and hit it with her foot. That's very frustrating. But it's just the fickle matter for Dafik. Engler, all she can do is wait till the next round as we near the end of this one. Martinez of Del Norte. Hit it as she goes up. Catherine Martinez, the senior, unable to clear, but she still has another shot. Martinez, the Humble Del Norte champion in the pole vault at 11/6". The two leaders, though, at MCAL, Brooke Simon, Lauren Ross, Drake and Tam, respectively, both gone. It is anyone's game to win this now. One final shot for Dofik. She looked like she was gonna clear. Ended up not working out for her. Nope. You could hear the pole actually hit the pole. Made a clanging sound. And her day is done. She gets the applause from the crowd. Martinez will take her final shot before we move up the bar. A senior out of Fortuna, or Del Norte, I'm sorry. To qualify for the Media Champions next weekend. Martinez just clipped it on the way down. Oh, so close. But it appears her day is done. So we are moving on to the next night. They've moved it up to 10-2, and there are only 8 more competitors left. Everyone eliminated. Now moving on to MOC next week. Engler, she clears this bar, almost certainly has clinched a spot in the meet of champions somehow, some way. Could be a tiebreaker here if multiple people go out, which is likely. Then they would have to jump for it after everything has concluded to see who moves on. Not even close there, not got her way up. Well, it's Justin Sienna's Josephine Weiss. Her and Engler, the 2 V-Ball competitors remaining. Engler has not missed a jump today. She has been perfect. She has been in the zone. So focused. Sometimes an athlete reaches another level. We've seen that from Engler. She come through again. No, she never got up that time. She has a miss, but plenty of more time to work with. Second jump for Engler. 2 more opportunities left. Yes, she does! Unbelievable from Engler. She cannot be stopped. The bar rattles, but it holds. That's been the day for Engler. In another zone. She's in disbelief what she's doing right now. My goodness. She has just booked herself a spot in the NCS Meet of Champions. What a performance by Engler. She will join Sullivan, Dennis, and Mokel next weekend at Diablo Valley Community College. Compete for a spot in the state meet, and even if you don't make the state meet next week, what an accomplishment it is to go to MOC, the best of the best. Never got up. The Viking jumper. Engler only 9 feet last Friday. She has just cleared 10 feet, 2 inches. Only sports can bring stories this wild. Kaya's Theocrats. Her second opportunity. Kratz so close. If the bar had been an inch lower, would have made it. Curving herself over, but she just nicked the bar. Ketley made it on her 3rd try last time to keep things going. See what she can do. It's been a remarkable day. Sydney Dennis setting a meet record, a school record, and one of the best jumps ever in the triple jump in Redwood Empire history. She looks like she's on pace to go to state. If she jumps the way she did, she knows she's going to go to state. You're going to see that interview with her coming up in just a few moments after the pole vault concludes. Callie Sullivan, 3rd for Petaluma. Tony Mokel, his first time to MOC in the long jump. Now Engler going to MOC in pole vault, and she's still going. Ketley is not going on this one. Hitting the bar on the way up. So here is the 3rd try. Justin Sienna. Josephine Weiss crosses herself. Trying to hang on with Engler, where Engler will be the only VVA 01 remaining. Remarkable after she finished 4th. Wasn't even an automatic qualifier. Qualified by the standard set. And in some situations, someone might finish past 7th, but if they reach the high enough standard for NCS, they go to MOC. Unlikely, though. Weiss, you could tell, she didn't plant her stick far enough. She fell short of the bar. And her day is done, but she is likely moving on to the Meet of Champions. We'll have to see with tiebreakers. A valiant effort by her. It ends at 10 feet, 2 inches. Currently tied for 7th, so they're going to, I think, jump for that later. That's my understanding. Emma Haley of Montgomery, another senior. It's been an eventful day, and athletic day. Eventful and athletic in Santa Rosa. The Ironman triathlon was today, earlier this morning in Santa Rosa, twice a year. Some of the best athletes, people most in shape in the whole world, come here to compete in the Ironman. One of the most popular ones. Great weather, great scenery. Not too hilly. Haley had a tough hill to climb, and it's been too tall. Her afternoon is done, but she's now into that tie for 7th. Engler's not having to worry about that. She's on to the next round. She'll keep on going until she can't make it 3 times in a row. The rhythm she's in, we might be here till the sun goes down. Third and final attempt for Thea Kratz. Just 2 members of the MBL remaining. Hit it on the way up. So she is gone as well. 10 feet 2 inches too high right now, and Engler is watching as one after another falls. Feeling better and better about a remarkable performance today. Bria Ketley. One final shot. She's the final jumper here in this 3rd round at 10 feet 2 inches. Ketley patient, focusing into an athletic state of mind. You zone everything else out, but that bar you have to cross. Oh, so close, but not enough for Ketley. And that tie increases. We've just seen 4 in a row go down. My goodness, it's been a fun one. So we're nearing the near end of pole vault. Now 10 feet 5 inches for Savannah Engler, the senior gymnast for a very long time after multiple concussions, had to give it up. Now in a sport where you don't have to worry about concussions, but she can use her otherworldly athleticism, and she has got into a zone unlike anything she has participated in this year. One of only 2 that has made it to 10-5. She clears this. She could just be the champion. Engler clears her mind. Only 1 missed jump. It was last round, but on the 2nd, she somehow managed to clear it again. Murmuring to herself, takes a big deep breath. It's really the same run-up as a gymnast. Pole vault coach watching eagerly for Petaluma, eagerly. Did not reach it. It was a good look. Ever so close, but she just nips the bar. Does not reach her first try at 10-5. 2 more opportunities as our coach talking deep to her, trying to will her to a remarkable victory. Remarkable championship at the NCS Redwood Empire Finals. Engler all alone now. No one in between her. The only one currently jumping at 10-5. Just gets a 2-minute break and has to do it all over again.
21 on the standards?
Standards of 21, based on where the bar is placed and where she wants to place her pole. Get over it without running into it. She's done it again! The disbelief, you could see it in her body, but the acceleration and speed, the momentum works again. Her coach is celebrating and she just cannot be stopped right now. Unbelievable. 10-5 is cleared by Engler. Engler to 10-8. My goodness, can she keep it going? Unstoppable. Hold herself up. So close again. The good news is for Engler, after she's done that, she's been able to come through the next time. Cameron Dolcini has been waiting around a long time. She already got up here to 10-8. These girls now in the top 4. Cameron Dolcini of Fortuna jumped 11-6 at the Humboldt Del Norte Championships last week. She's not afraid of this height, unlike Engler, who's not afraid of it, but just not used to it. Dolcini drips and darts. She's been sitting around for long. See how her legs are. The answer is good. Gorgeous from Cameron Dolcini. She's moving on. How talented she is. So Dolcini continues to have her success, and Engler is going to be right back on out there for her second attempt at 10-8, and her parents just telling me a couple days ago at practice, pick up the wrong pole, didn't realize it. Suddenly she was jumping 2 feet higher. She'd only jumped 9 feet prior to this. She's now at 10 feet 8, indeed almost 2 feet higher. Maybe ask her a little bit more about that story when I talk to her after this one. That is a remarkable story, but there's no doubt she's been in the zone today too. Engler at 10-8, her second opportunity. Oh, so close. Her back nicked it. Closer than the second time. She is right there. But for the first time, the pressure is going to be on. She must make it, or she is eliminated. The only other 2 girls remaining in the competition, besides Dolcini, Brooke Simon of Sir Francis Drake and Lauren Ross of TAM. Everyone else eliminated. 10 feet, 8 inches in the air. Engler must clear. Stay alive. The 3 girls besides her remain. They'll all be moving on to the Meet of Champions next week. She's done it again! Nearly, she nicked it, maybe just barely, but she arced the back like the contortionist she is. And it goes to 11 feet. Just cannot be stopped, unbelievable. 4 more minutes and all 4 girls now at this next site as they will move to 11 feet. 10-11, clarification, 10 feet, 11 inches, unbelievable stuff. All that remains, Lauren Ross, you're seeing of Tamalpais, She has the top mark coming in, top qualifying mark, 12 feet 6 inches. Brooke Simon, Sir Francis Drake, 12 feet. And Fortuna's Carmen Dolcini, 11 feet 6 inches. Not as high as the current 10-11 that they are at. Engler has long surpassed her best, but she just keeps things going. Warming up as we get ready to go for another round here as the afternoon turns into evening from Maria Carrillo. 3 girls jumping here at 10-11. Fortuna's Cameron Dolcini already advancing and waiting for the next height. Engler's had to do a lot more jumps than everyone else remaining based on her qualifying. Where she started off, it's been a long, slow curl for her, but she just kept on going. She hasn't gotten tired somehow, and her other competitors have had a lot more rest. Advantage for her, she hasn't had all the time to think about it. It's been one after the next, and you know it's just been a blur. 10 feet 11 inches, her first try. Engler's been so focused this afternoon on moments of relapse. That one never made it up. Hit it with her foot. And she's really never jumped at this high ever before. It's going to take some adjustments in learning. It very well might take 3. It took 3 last time, but she was able to make it. So now it is Drake's Brooke Simon, her highest 12 feet. She's nowhere near that, still a foot below that right now, but way short. She never made it and stood up straight on the mat. Awkward first jump for Simon, but she hasn't had to jump a lot. That's probably part of it. Top jumper in the NCS Redwood Empire coming in, Lauren Ross. The senior of Samuel Pius, all 4 remaining. They're all seniors. They've all been through the gauntlet, though Engler's only 2 years in the pole vault. She was here last year, and as she improved since then. Ross. First attempt. It looked like she was going to head right over, but nicks it on the end. Not an easy height. So all 3 miss on the first try. I'll get a second opportunity.
What's up? Find the zone.
Engler, try 2. 10 feet 11 inches. It's about double the height of most people in the world. It's a lot higher than your pole. It is high in the sky. Engler propel herself up again and propel herself to even more new heights. Every time we think, no way she can go higher, she proves the doubters wrong. Unable to make it up enough. She drifted a little bit to the left. That might have cost her some inches, and running into the bar. Hasn't been too close to clearing yet. So she's only going to get one more opportunity. So here's Simon, try 2 after a very poor first jump where she never really made it up into the air. Looked good when she was warming up. Puffing and puffing and propelling herself over, flying over. What athleticism from Simon. That couldn't have been better. Looked like a bird soaring in the air. The Pirates moving on. Learn from her previous mistake. Will Ross learn from her mistake? Pole vault's done right, especially at this side. It can be really spectacular. Senior red-tailed hawk, the Untitled champion, looks so calm. And she gets herself up to brilliant stuff from Ross. The 2 stars are just no problemo. They're moving on. And this is it for Engler.
Go for it, Sab. Go for
On her elimination jump, she advanced again. Can she do it again? 10 feet, 11 inches. Ross and Simon made it look pretty easy. This is unknown waters for Engler. Camera shutters clicking. Focus, shakes her head. In the zone. All the pressure is to be out of her mind. Hesitates and goes. Did not get up. And that is it. What a performance by Savannah Engler. Many in the crowd standing up and cheering. 2 feet above her qualifying time. And she's headed to the Meet of Champions next week. What an incredible performance by Savannah Engler. Here is Dulcini now. 11 feet, 2 inches. Got the bye on the last one. Dulcini unable to get there. She'll have 2 more opportunities. Both Ross and Simon taking byes, so it's a 2-minute break, and Dulcini will have to clear on this one. Or the next. She is gone after getting the bye on the last one. Engler never got that benefit. Second try for the Fortuna champion. And to make it to the Meet of Champions, actually, she has made it. Trying to become a champion here. Oh! My goodness. Dulcini's fine. Knows the Del Norte coach. He's leading this, but the pole snapped. I have never seen that before, though I have the most expertise in pole vault. But she put so much force on it, it shattered. Splintered into 2. So Dulcini's going to have to find a new pole to use. That is unbelievable. Elimination time for Cameron Dulcini after her pole shattered. So actually they are going to give her a redo, so this is only going to be her second. After the pole shattering, they're going to malfunction on the equipment. Second try. I don't know if that gets in your head after your pole shattered. It could be dangerous. Lucky she was okay. She's not okay on the jump as it comes falling down. Too much contact, and it falls. So now one more opportunity for Dulcini. Dulcini won the 100 hurdles earlier. Moving on to MOC there. Moving on to MOC in pole vault, but now her third and final opportunity to advance 12 feet, 3 inches. She will not get there, and she is done 11 feet, 3 inches, I should say. Fantastic effort for her. We are down to 2. It's Ross and Simon, all that remains here in the girls' pole vault. At 11.5 now, which is not even as high as Brooke Simon reached last week. She was at 12 feet. Lauren Ross was at 12 feet, 6 inches. The 2 Marin County athletic lures dueling for the winner. Simon will go first. What a brilliant last jump she had. Both missed on their first before easily cruising by. Ross cleared 12.6 down Marin County last Saturday. And Simon never got there, similar to her first jump. So now Ross. These two rivals going out in the final competition here from Maria Carrillo. An exciting day for track and field. With state next weekend, NCS Meet of Champions next weekend, then state to end the track and field season. High school sports coming to an end. We mentioned Petaluma Badminton team competing in NCS baseball and softball next week as well. All that remains in terms of Petaluma sports, but lacrosse still going into the semifinals. NCS. Ross, first attempts. Yes, she did. Making it look easy. She's a superstar with a capital S. Simon, second attempt. Bending it and squeezing herself over. You could see the pole, so much arc on it, you'd be afraid it'd snap. But perfect placement, and she arcs herself over. Ross and Simon continue to battle as they move their way up. Brooke Simon, they have moved it up to 12 feet now for Simon and Ross. This is where Simon was eliminated last week. This is so challenging, and she did it anyways. My goodness. What an effort from Brooke Simons. The Drake Pirate in the zone. She's PR'd now. Can Ross top her? They keep this going. Mano a mano, exciting duel for first place. Here goes Ross from 12 feet. Arced herself over, but just nicked the bar. So Ross will get a second opportunity. Just a nice thing, 3 opportunities for these jumpers. They can really keep on pushing each other higher and higher. Here is Ross, her second try. Got a 2-minute rest, make some adjustments. She's done it again. On they go. Ross and Simon, both passing 12 feet. So only 2 remaining. Lauren Ross, 12 feet, 6 inches. How far will they go? This was her mark last time at MCAL, but you can see the improvement. She's not going to reach it there as the pole falls on her. Lauren Ross, another opportunity here. She had a couple misfires, but every time she's learned from them. But it's not reached this height yet. In her season, her senior season, nearing the end of her career. She focuses herself, gets in mindset, just focusing on her jumps, her placement, arcing herself over the bar. Nope. Hit it coming up. And that is it for Lauren Ross. They only get 2 opportunities at this point. So Ross ends at 12-6. What a performance. And Simon will now go to 12-8. She is going to be the victor today, as she defeats Lauren Ross. What a performance by Simon. See if she can clear.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, she has, because she made first attempt as well, too.
As Simon has won this event over Lauren Ross. What a performance. But you go as high as you can. Seeding next week for the NCS Meet of Champions. Simon in an interesting spot here. No, she's won, but you keep on going. Does not happen in many sports. After you've won, you just keep going for the highest score. She won't make it there. So one opportunity for Simon. She's at her PR of 12-8. Last chance here for Brooke Simon, already the champion of the NCS Redwood Empire girls pole vault. And certainly positioning herself to contend to go to state. She'll need to finish top 3 next week, but bettered her mark, trying to keep it going to get to 13. No, yes! How did it stay up there? I don't know, but it did. Shaking like a baby after a traumatic event, but somehow holding on. She's gone to 13. Incredible performance by Simon. 13 feet in the air. If Brooke Simon of Drake can pass this, she will set a meet record. The meet record is 12:10. She's passed 12:8 for 13. No, she couldn't get up all the way, ever so close. But man, do you have to push yourself up to get up there. She'll get one more opportunity to set the meet record. Arrived at the death somehow, some way, at 12:8. Now for the meet record, can she do it again? Brooke Simon. No, hits the bar. And Simon unable to clear. Appears she will get one more attempt. One more opportunity, but it's nearly an impossible high height. No one ever at the NCS Redwood Empire meet has ever crossed this. So here it is, Brooke Simon, third and final shot. Only once prior as she reached this elimination stage. Only her getting 4 minutes rest between each jump. Can she do it? Oh! Must be painful. She landed right on top of the bar, but what a performance. 12:8, just too short of the meet record of 12:10. And she is the NCS Redwood Empire champion. What an afternoon at the pole vault. We brought the finals to you as we conclude the pole vault. And we include this day. Stay tuned, though. Interviews are next. We are here with Savannah Engler after an incredible performance in the pole vault. You went all the way to 11 feet, 9 inches, almost 2 feet better than your qualifying time to finish 4th. Just what are you feeling right now?
Tired. I came in at 7.8, and that was more jumps than I should have done. So that was a lot. Pretty excited, though. But, yeah.
And, 2 years as a pole vaulter. We're here last year. Had a good year, but nothing like this to qualify for the Meet of Champions. How did you get this remarkable performance?
Well, to be honest, on Wednesday, I picked up the wrong pole, and it worked, and here I am. So, accidents happen for reasons. That's about it.
What's the mental game of a pole vaulter? You're all alone. You got a break. You were going more than anyone else out there and jumping at heights you never had. What was going through your mind mentally?
Honestly, I was just thinking about every step and the jump into it, and gymnastics was very focused on visualization, so put it into this. But yeah.
What does this mean for you as a senior to finish 4th here, your best mark in all Sonoma County, and to go to the Meet of Champions now next weekend?
I don't really know. I'm going to college, so we'll see. I might talk to some coaches, but we're still deciding.
What are you going to remember from your track career in a day like this?
How tired I am, but also my coaches are really great, and they really inspire me, and they're really helpful.
Thank you so much, Savannah. Congratulations. It was a pleasure to watch. We are here with Nathan Hale and Jaden Gabriel after the NCS Redwood Empire Championships. You guys both raced in the 400 today, and the final meets put up some good times. How did you guys push each other throughout the season?
I think we just wanted to keep beating each other because we both had similar 400s, so it just kept pushing us.
And Nathan, you've had a lot of experience in this, Jaden not as much. So how did you kind of learn from Nathan over the course of the season? You actually had a better time than him today, not to make you feel bad.
Nathan was kind of like the bar that I was always reaching for the whole year. My whole goal this year was to be up there with Nathan, be equal to him, and I'm glad I was able to do it at the end of the year.
You guys are running against some of the best runners in the area. Seniors, your final meet. What did a day like today mean?
It just felt great to finally finish all these 4 years of hard work and have some good races in.
Yeah, it felt great. It felt great to fall at the end of my last race and really push myself to the limit. Great last race to end my school year.
400 is a unique race. It's kind of on the edge of a sprint to being longer. What's your approach when you run that race? Are you all out sprint, or do you have to leave something in the tank?
I really come out hard on the first 100, kind of just really keep that speed but not pushing, and then on the final 200 just give it all you have. That's how I play.
Yeah, I really pushed myself in the first 200 meters, and then like the last curve, you just have whatever you have left in the tank, and you just really push yourself.
And lastly, what are you guys going to remember about your track career when you look back years from now?
Probably Coach Stanley. He's pretty funny. I like him.
Probably all my teammates like Nathan, Jack, Devin, all the guys on the sprinting team. Just great. Love them.
Thank you guys so much. Congrats on a great career. We are here with the 2 stars of the day for Petaluma, Callie Sullivan, Sydney Dennis. First, Callie, third in the 100. You smashed your personal record. How do you get it done out there against the best of the North Bay?
I just try not to think about it too much. I just relax and try to run my own race, yeah.
And Sydney, it was all 4 events today, right? Moving on to MOC, just that versatility to be able to compete in all 4 events, and endurance-wise, how are you able to do that day in and day out, and especially in a day like today where you had to have your best stuff?
I got pretty tired at long jump, not gonna lie, but I think just doing it throughout the seasons helped me maintain, I guess. So.
And Sydney, you set the meet record, you set the school record in the triple jump. It was the second best triple jump mark ever in Redwood Empire history. That is mind-blowing. What has been your approach in the triple jump, and what's been your key to becoming one of the best ever through Sonoma County in that event?
Bounding. The second step is just a big bound, and that's usually where people shorten their jumps a lot. So I've been working on bounding all summer, and I'm glad it's paid off, I guess, this season. So, yeah.
Callie, it's your first time going to the NCS Meet of Champions. Clearly a bright future for you as only an underclassman. What does this mean to you to advance to MOC?
It means a lot that I could make it that far. I'm really excited to go and just see what else there is to offer in track, yeah.
And Sydney, you have never been to the state meet. Your triple jump mark looks like it could be on the edge. What would that mean, and what do you think it will take next week with all the pressure to try to make it there in your last year?
Well, I guess 1 meet at a time, so, I don't know. I'm just hoping to jump 37 next meet, and hopefully that'll be enough to go to state. I'd just be super excited to do what I did today next week.
Lastly, for you, Callie, you watch someone like Sydney that's Coach Johnson said one of the best athletes he's seen in the last 20 years come through this program. How does she help you and motivate you watching Sydney?
It's just really inspiring to see her do what she does, not in just 1 or 2 events, but 4 events. It really pushes me to try more events than I would usually feel comfortable with, because I see her doing it all and doing it all so well.
Thank you guys so much. Congratulations on an incredible day. What an exciting day here for Maria Carrillo High School at the NCS Redwood Empire. Track and field championships and Petaluma Trojans were a big part of that. What a performance by the Trojan girls, headlined by Sydney Dennis. She might have been the star of the day. A couple other big stars, Peter and Grace Stewart, and a couple others among them, including we just saw in the pole vault you saw before the interviews, some spectacular pole vaulting led by Brooke Simon, who had the same mark as the boys. So hope you enjoyed the pole vault. From Croy Stewart blazing in the 100 to Gabby Peterson's impressive performance in the 1600. But Sydney Dennis, what a performance today. She wins 4. She advances to MOC in 4 meets, including not only winning the triple jump, but setting a meet and school record in the second best jump ever in Redwood Empire history in the triple jump. She is on pace to go to state and would be the first Trojan to go to state in a very long time. It's been a while for Petaluma Track and Field. Dennis could potentially get to Clovis the way she is competing, and she should be very competitive both in the long jump and in the 300 and 100 hurdles next week at Diablo Valley Community College, where the NCS Meet of Champions will take place. Callie Sullivan will be there as well. She blazed to a person third in the girls 100 meters. She is just running exceptional at the peak of her performance. Tony Mokel advancing for Petaluma in the triple jump, a big performance by him to advance to his first MOC. He is the only boy to do that. And lastly, we saw Savannah Engler, a remarkable performance in the pole vault. She moves on to the Meet of Champions for Petaluma. An exciting day, a lot of close races, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you have missed any of it, we have so much covered today from this exciting day at Maria Carrillo High School. This does it for me for my track and field coverage with Trojan Live over the last couple years. Been a lot of fun. Big thanks to Coach Johnson and all the track athletes for all the accessibility that they've helped with, and also a big shout out to Redwood Empire runners. They helped so much in getting the results out and getting research and stats, so you were well informed for these meets. So a big shout out to Jim Crowhurst of Redwood Empire Runners, and hopefully we can get this video on Redwood Empire Runners, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. For everyone at Trojan Live, I'm Griffin Epstein. A fantastic day at the NCS Redwood Empire Championships. 4 Trojans moving on to NCS, MOC, and a whole host of talented athletes from the North Bay will competing to go to state next week. That's going to do it. So long from Maria Carrillo High School.